Most of the capital where government and public are interested in drones. Right now you can see rockets and CubeSats are also in the market, but when you are putting all your technologies on rockets and drones, the outcome on that basis are very low. So majorly we on 70% we are focused on UAVs, 20% on rockets and 10% on CubeSats. So right now today we will talk about the drones and UAVs. So for past 2.5 years we are in manufacturing and assembly businesses. So whatever I am talking about is not just in basic drones education, like because you all are automation students. So we will talk more about in mechanical aspects of it. So first we can start with only forces, like what is a drone? Drone is a mixture of forces which make it stabilized. As you can see, whenever you see a robotic arm, how it is been used or how it has been made in 3D models, all the things which we calculated has some physics. So the basic physics work here in drones are 4 forces. You can see weight, drag, thrust and lift. Thrust is just whenever we want to put drone forward, we use thrust, and whenever we want to put it back, the motion of the rotary fan make them understand like where we want to go. The changes in this, we can see that we can go to left, we can go to right. In aerodynamic term, we can see, we can call it yaw, we can call it pitch, we can call it roll. We'll talk less on the history as everything started with the aeroplane. So the first thing which has been flew was Wright brothers aeroplane. Then it just get advanced every time. First there was an avionics system. In World War II we used fighter jets. Then fighter jets were more enhanced and then they were made into surveillance purposes. Then USA made their first Predator drone in 2001. They just like pushed the market for drones, where an unmanned vehicles has been used for surveillance in 2001. And after that, Amazon has put forward more drone industry in commercial level for when we are using a drone, there are categories and types of drones. First, we will go with types of drones. There are quadcopters which have 4 wings. You can see this is a quadcopter. When it is has 3 motors and 3 arms, we call it as a tricopter, quadcopter, hexacopter, and octocopter. Depending on the stability, depending on the endurance, depending on the logistic we are going to use, we categorize everything. Right now, helicopters and VTOLs. VTOLs are nothing but vertical takeoff and landing vehicles are also being used in drone industries. And we can go with category of drone category in that we have small, nano, medium, micro. You can see on the basis of their weight structure, they has been categorized. This is important because right now government is issuing licensing to fly the drone. So on the category what you want to fly a drone, you have to establish a license according to your drone category things. Because in nano and micro you can see right now, for nano there is no personal category because it comes under 249 grams. So but from micro, small and medium and large, it comes under the category of government. So you have to make sure that you get a proper license under such categories. We'll start with drone anatomy. You can see like for a drone, to make it more complex, I won't make it like more complex on these things. There are some of the basic things which make the drone fly. Okay, so first we can see the flight controller. At top you can see it is mentioned that flight controller is mentioned, which is PIXOC. PIXOC is just a brand name. Second we can see motors, propellers, ESC are electronic speed controllers. We have also seen electronic speed controllers in various speeds. Like whenever you are using a motor, we have to control a motor field for PWM, BPM, whatever signal you are using. We have to give a proper direction to the motor. So ESC helps us. Like whenever we are giving a PWM or a BPM signals, how the signal should propagate to the motor. So like if we are giving 10% of throttle to the motor, how much should it give the RPM to us? So like that, ESC has been used. You can see the transmitter. Transmitter is nothing but a wireless communication between the drone and the ground station. There is frame. There is a payload called payload means an extra additional thing which is not required for flying a drone, which is camera, and the main power hub is our battery. So first we will go with the frame. Right now frames has been manufactured and it's just a basic structure where we all place our components on it. So right now what we can see in there is a mixture of plastic and carbon fiber. Right now we have whole carbon fiber. So there are different type of stages and there are different type of categories where we can use. When we go with the plastic frames now, it comes under the molding structure. So what molding has both advantages and disadvantages. The advantages is that it is like easy to use, you can easy to replace, and you can easily like procure anything. Like plastics are very cheap in market, so like that you can use plastic frames, but carbon fiber frames are much different. The durability is high, the tensile strength is high. Everything is very good in like thermal stress, conductivity test and everything. But the thing is like carbon fiber needs more like aftermarket finishings, and the procurement of carbon fiber is little expensive than plastic frames. Then second we can go with flight computers. Flight computers are the brain, like you have seen when we are using something in automation, we have a microcontroller in that which controls, which gives the signals to the other function sensors, actuators and all to function how it should be according to our use. So flight controller is the same in drone. When we give the function from the transmitter, it should be like whenever we want to go ahead, the coding in the controller should be function like that. Whenever we are pitching up, it should be going towards you. Whenever we want to throttle up, we want to get it more heighted. So all the things, it consists under carbon filters. There are various types of filter we use it in. Like we can use carbon filter, we can use double carbon filter, particle filtration is there, and different type. Quantum filtration is also there, but it can't be used in it. So main thing in flight computer is IMU, which is like for a gyroscope, compass. We need it because to make it stabilize, we need a gyro. Like in every robotics arm or in every robotic field where we need a stabilizing unit, we use IMU systems. We have MCU. In this MCUs are generally microcontroller units are generally from STM boards. You have heard of STM32s. There are different type of category in it, F version, H version, depending on the things we want to have it, the frequency, the operating system, the operating power, we have to categorize it. So this which you are seeing, it is for racing drones. Racing drones is only for a like fun purpose right now, hobby purpose right now, but in Ukraine, in Manipur, they are using for the kamikaze drones, like to put a bomb, because this flight controller can for a racing drone which we can see, it goes with 270 km/h of speed, and it has an endurance of 5 to 10 minutes. So you can imagine like how fast it is, and the radar can't catch it. So to put a live bomb in it, it's very like dream for another organizations. So because of that, it having like it shifted hobbies to a terrorism perspective. So we are most probably not encouraging anything, but it's like how industry can use it different ways by ways. Second, we can go with GPS system. We have heard global positioning system. We use it in. We have different GNSS system in it. So like GPS module is only to give coordinates, because whenever drones can fly up to 15 kilometers, we need to know where the drone lies. Like it has the function called as if the drone lost in somewhere, we have the function like auto home. Like you have to just push the button, or if it goes off radar, he will just come back to the location where it get launched. And there are different type of function where GPS is very useful. The first one will be called as altitude hold. As the name suggests, whenever we put the drone in altitude hold, the drone will stay at that longitudinal and latitudinal axis. It won't change it. Okay. The second will be altitude hold. Altitude hold will be just like it can wave around that altitude, but it won't come down and up through the coordinates. And it has an external IMU just to give an extra stability to the drone. Telemetry system, it's just like telemetry systems are wireless telemetry data. Like whenever the drone is in the sky of 1 kilometer, like it's far from the 1 kilometer radius, we are using some sensors like LIDAR and other different sensors. We need the data from them. So how the communication will be established between them? So the telemetry system, they works on 2 different frequencies right now, which are eligible in the market, or which are eligible in the telecommunication market, which is 433 MHz and 915 MHz. So right now we are using 2 type of bandwidth in it. Both are useful for long range communication telemetry. We are going with electronic speed controller. As the name suggests, there are 2 type of controller we can see. First one is a normal speed controller, which we can see on bigger drone. It has individual ESCs, individual electronic speed controllers, and the second one you can see it has 4-in-1 ESC, and it is placed in the smaller drone. So both the functions works different. The bigger one is used for the larger amperes, like 20 amps, like 30 amps. I'm talking about, but that mini drones has a good ampere, but it is used in the smaller version of the drones to make sure that it should fit it according to its size. The motor is the most probably, like all the motors which are used in drones are BLDC motors, because they give less resistance, high performance, high RPM, and less failure in like electromagnetic fields. You have studied about electromagnetic fields where electromagnetic fields like disturbs the torsional power of the motor. So like in this we use different type of magnets, we have used different types of segments inside it, what we can see, the coil rotation and all. So motors are only used in BLDC in drones. So there are different type of drones. where you can see different type of BLDC motors. These are DIY drones motors. So they comes under 400, 500. In this motor, you can see there are more dynamics are there. It costs up to 500 to 5,000 to 7,000 per motor, just because it uses low voltages, low noise creations. There are different type of things, like whenever you see a motor, there are different type of things like how much your motor should run, how much your motor should give the output, how the motor should work, like what is the discharge rate of the motor and all. Propeller is nothing just a fan to give an upward lift and a push to a motor. Like motor will work, but it won't produce thrust toward it. So propeller works as a fan, like how the fan works, give us the wind or give us the air towards us at a very particular direction. So like that propeller works. Propellers come in two pair. There is counterclockwise and clockwise. We can see four arms. Okay, every four arm, the adjacent side of it, all the neighboring side of it will rotate under different axes. Because like if every motor rotates in the same axis, the force will be in the same direction. So it will rotate like a fan. But to make it fly stable, to make it fly straight up, all motors neighboring, every motor works different. Like if one motor is moving in counterclockwise, the side one will be moving with clockwise. Like that, two motor will go with counterclockwise, two motor will go with clockwise. So making it force neutral on torsional directions. Drone transmitter, we will show the drone transmitter. It's nothing just to, you can see there are two channels, like two joysticks, up, down, both the side. So which make us help to fly the drone, to have a proper maneuver over it, to pitch up, to roll, to yaw the drone and all. Thus the smallest which you can see is the receiver section which is placed inside the drone. So which help us to give the range of 1.2 to 1.5 kilometers right now in this particular model, which works only on LoRa module and all, to give a proper transmission of 2.4 gigahertz of transmission range. Battery are generally used as lithium polymer. Lithiums are generally used in batteries and drones. So like there are different type of batteries which in lithium which are used in drones right now. Depending on your usage, lithium ion is there, lithium polymer is there, and lithium solid state is there. This one is lithium polymer. So depending on the usage, depending on your discharge current, because every drone has its own discharge current, like how much your drone will pull out from the battery. So according to that, you have to you have to purchase your battery according to that. This and payload. What is payload? Payload is the thing where it's not required to fly a drone. So that why the camera is considered under the payload. So you can see gimbal has seen that like one will be a motor driver, one will be an axis compass will be there to make it stabilized, and the camera is there. According to your usage, you can choose your camera. Where you can see like 2 MP camera, your face recognition camera, and everything will be there. This is a GCS system which we are seeing. It's an open source GCS system named as Mission Planner. Mission Planner has its own everything. You can see that it has a gyroscope which we have seen in the movies like that. The gyroscopic things, the barometer is there, the GPS is there, telemetry data is there, battery status, and everything you can see in that. So it's given under the telemetry section where the drone is, how the drone is flying. If there is any fault, it will display the fault. Like if one arm is not working, if one motor is not working properly, it will display it. So drone has capability that the things are not going good, it will showcase all your telemetry data. So you don't have to worry on that. So that's the good thing on it. We can go with sample. Before the drone manual, sir has told that this is a simple drone structure. Like we can't, like it can be made by anyone from you. But how to make it more enhanced, how to make it more uniqueness from your side. If you want to do a project in it, So you don't have to do anything else. Or picture is flight controller. So whenever you see flight controller, there are various type of pins in there. You have used ultrasonic sensor. Everyone uses ultrasonic sensor HR04. ठीक है, lidar systems and all आपने देखा रहेगा, like there are lidar system cost around 2,000 rupees in Robotics and all. So you can use that things in the drones because all the sensors which you are seeing works on I2C, works on UART port, works on something else SPI protocol. We have different type of ports in it, and there are different type of like opportunity in it. You have UART port in your flight computer. You can just plug your Raspberry Pi in it. You can plug a camera in Raspberry Pi. You can have a human detection in it. You can just put in SPI protocol. You can use lidar system in it just to have obstacle avoidance toward the whole product. Everything is inbuilt in it. You just have to plug and play, and just option is there. You just have to pick from the GCS system. Your drone is ready to fly with your custom payloads. So this type of customization you can use. We can help you on that thing. Okay, you can see the menu. We will see the visualization in like after the PPT, like how your throttle will work, how the thing will make the drone fly and all. You can see the joysticks. You can see the joysticks. It has mentioned throttle, pitch, yaw, and lift. Like pitch up, roll, yaw, and throttle. They are mentioned. According to the joystick, you can maneuver your simple drone categories. Like if you see my right hand side of the throttle, if you see the right hand side of the joystick, the right joystick, you can see it above it says throttle. If you pull it up, your drone will get lift up. If you pull it down, your drone will come down. If you move it left side, it will yaw. If you move left side, you will drop on different sides. So there are different type of maneuvers you can try on this drones. We will show that in visualization. And scoping drones. Right now we are serving India in drone company. Like we have make and assembled almost 40 plus agricultural drones which we are seeing. And if I name some of the companies, we have also heard of it. There are top companies, top listed companies who are purchasing from us. We give opportunity to them. The government has established our every certification which is required for drones. In defense, we are serving our surveillance thing. This surveillance drone is going to Kashmir actually for the surveillance purposes. We have 3 other deployed in there. So we have different type of opportunities in drones. We don't just assemble the drones. We are manufacturer of drones. We go in depth in like MCU, IMU. We have an in-depth knowledge of it. Everyone in the drone industry right now is just assembling the drone. We are just getting like ahead of them by manufacturing, customization, agriculture, and many more. Like surveillance, you can see the maintenance. You can see many photography is used, but not simple photography. You need, if I am talking about photography, the photography is NDT testing. NDT testing are non-destructive testing. There are cracks in the walls. There are bridges where the maintenance is required, where a human is impossible to reach out to just to see that there is a crack in it. We can use the drone. We can use the customization payloads. We can make sure that the things are going good. India needs thousands of customized drones, and the manufacturing is only providing 100 plus. 50 plus students are helping government to achieve this type of thing, to make it consider that there are different type of drones can be established in the market. There are different type of competition where people are participating, students are participating through the drones. Everyone knows drone assembly is normal thing in the market, but to customize according to you, whenever you are using a robotic arm, you just make sure that your functions, like whenever it is using this to this, the carbon filter work should be very smooth, because if it's disrupt, like if the algorithm works in step function, it should be sinusoidal. Everything should be sinusoidal. If it's working in the step function, it is just like that. If it's sinusoidal, it will go like this. So like that, it is same in drone. Automation is a part of a drone where the things are just more specified in it. It's not a whole board. Like in automation, you have whole board inside it. Like you have ESC, you have MCU, you have compass in the same board. In drone, it's just diverse. It just has been put one by one. So you can see, you can assemble the drone. And there are this type of things. We are just part of it. If you make it, it's all your own good. Like this, all are payloads. Agriculture is a payload. Medicals are payload. Fighting is payload. Surveillance is a payload. Everything is payload. Payload you can describe as key. You can make that thing. It is an optional thing, just like that. And yeah, thank you from my side. We will just go with one simulation part. Then I will show how the drone works and how the stability works in it.
Basically, simulation was simulation remote app which costs around 2 to 3,000 per unit. So what will help after you are new in the drone design, after you are new in drone piloting. So आपको ये drone का remote दिया जाता है for testing purpose कि how you are flying, how you will fly before using a real drone in a new world. So like maneuvers. So what is the maneuver ability? If I want to throttle something, so this is not throttling. Okay. With this thing, my drone is throttling up. If I want to go forward, we call it as pitch. This is how I am going forward. If I want to just turn around, that we call as yaw. Okay. If I want to land, I will decrease the throttle and come down. And this is the roll. If I want to go left sideways or strap sideways.
So the drone is flying as FPV drone, okay? Which this drone is capable of to go up to speed like more than 250 kilometers per hour. So that is the drone which is flying in the simulator. That is why it is so fast. Okay.
This is your perspective how you will fly the drone in real world. आपको एक कैमरा भी दिया जाता है इसके साथ. अगर if you are master in that, तो आपको एक कैमरा दिया जाता है. आप जब कैमरा जब यूज करते हो तो you will get this view, and if you are new, you will get this view. These softwares are available. ये हमने परचेस किया, आप स्कीम से परचेस कर सकते हो. And this costs around 2 to 300 per unit. And more softwares are available. एक ये नाम है सिमुलेटर का FPV राइडर. और एक है जो थोड़ा ज़्यादा कॉस्टली है, but we don't recommend those because वो अभी इंडिया में इतना मिल नहीं रहा है. And these are also purchasable. Some free demo units भी you will get. The benefit of a BLDC motors कि इसको voltage बहुत कम लगता है. For example, if you are using some normal DC motor, so जब DC motors start 5 volt से ही होता है, बट लेकिन उसका स्पीड आप देखोगे इट्स 1000-2000 आरपीएम, बट इसका स्टार्ट 7 वोल्ट से, बट 7 वोल्ट में भी इसका 20,000 आरपीएम है। एंड ऑल्सो करंट कंजम्पशन इज वेरी लेस। दिस इज अ मोटर, ये ESC है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्पीड कंट्रोलर। सो हाउ इट वर्क्स, लाइक आप सब मैकेनिकल हो, ओके, एंड आपने आर्डिनोस वगैरह यूज किया है। आर्डिनोस तो आपको PWM सिंगल्स पता है। PWM सिंगल्स क्या करता है कि जब एज पर योर आपको जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपको स्पीड आप करना, फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे मोटर का स्पीड एक फुल मैक्सिमम थ्रेशोल्ड तक लेके जाना है, तो यू विल सेट अ मैक्सिमम थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ PWM सिग्नल दैट इट विल वर्क एट इट्स फुल पोटेंशियल। तो वो ये अचीव करके देता है हमें ESC। दिस इज अ फ्लाइट कंट्रोलर। आपने फॉर एग्जांपल सम ऑफ यू गाइस हैव सीन आल्सो, ये इजीली ऑनलाइन मिल जाता है। एंड दिस कॉस्ट अराउंड, द होल किट कॉस्ट अराउंड 15,000। मेन ब्रेन यही है हमारा। सो व्हाट ही हैज सेड इज जो प्रोग्रामिंग वगैरह, जो कार्बन फिल्ट्रेशन, जो IMUs बेसिक आपने MQ 6050 सुना रहेगा, सबसे बेसिक सेंसर है वो। तो IMU जायरोस्कोप सेंसर हम लोग कहते हैं, तो वो इसमें यूज किया गया। बैरोमीटर सम आर यूज्ड इनसाइड दिस। ये GPS है। GPS नॉर्मल अपने जो फोन में जो नॉर्मली फंक्शन कर रहा है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर यूजिंग गूगल मैप्स वगैरह, सो सेम फंक्शन इसका भी है। जस्ट इसका एक्स्ट्रा फंक्शनलिटी क्या करता है, जब आपका ड्रोन एक लिमिट से बाहर चला गया तो इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली कम बैक टू इट्स होम। ये टेलीमेट्री सिस्टम है। ये टेलीमेट्री सिस्टम है। एक टेलीमेट्री ड्रोन पे जाता है और एक टेलीमेट्री अपने पीसी स्कैनर पे जाता है। सो जो वायरलेसली कम्युनिकेशन करना है मेरे ड्रोन मेरे पीसी के साथ, तो वी यूज दिस टेलीमेट्री। जो भी डेटा ड्रोन सेंड कर रहा है फ्रॉम द माइक्रो कंट्रोलर इटसेल्फ, इट विल यू कैन सी ऑन मिशन प्लानर। आपको एक मिशन प्लानर का भी ये पेलोड है। सो दिस कैमरा कॉस्ट अराउंड 30,000 to 35,000। ये एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट, जैसे किसको फॉर सर्विलेंस ऑल्सो फॉर मिलिट्री पर्पस वी यूज दिस एज अ पेलोड। इसके जगह पे पेट्रोल के लिए फॉर एग्जांपल यू कैन मेक एन एग्रीकल्चर bucket and for example some LiDAR sensors for to give the drone extra stability.
So आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन है, किसी कुछ पूछना है ड्रोन्स के बारे में?
No. First, we are interested about your background, your technical background, and then after your company background.
Yes, yes.
And how they help for our student in the project project.
So, thank you, sir. My name is Devash Sananda. I am CEO of Specific Engineering. My total background is I am a rocket engineer. Worked in rocket industry for 1.5 years while I am in graduation. I made the whole avionics system for a company named as Home Space Explorations and Starlab. I worked with got an internship with Zoo while I was in graduation in second year. I had done 4 months of my virtual internship with Rolls-Royce engines and all. So my background is mostly focused into the avionics background, and I have an in-depth knowledge of designs also, like designing 3D models for the engines like that, with proper knowledge of ANSYS, 3D ANSYS and all. Yeah, I have a microcontroller knowledge of everything, esteemed, Arduino, ESP. You can then programming language like Orange, PHP, Java, JavaScript, Python. In Python, we have libraries, SciPy, Panda, and everything. TensorFlow and all. So that's my background on it. I will explain.
So my name is Arun. I'm an aerospace engineer. Let's say I did graduation in aerospace engineering. After that, I did an internship at DRDO in Nashik, where I was tasked with making rocket nozzles and all, and their analysis. And then after that, I did an extensive job of almost 2 years at a research and development organization where I was tasked to work on plasmas. So I was more into simulation of plasmas, their effects, and also I was into mechanical part of it also. So basically, I was tasked with designing a machine which was able to create some kind of plasma to develop a material made of carbon. Okay, and after that, so basically my expertise is in design and development with simulation. So in space and tech engineering, I handle the design aspect of it. Whatever the design and simulation is required, I am the responsible guy there. Devices goes with the avionics systems. So it is a kind of symbiotic relationship where we are able to develop our company with two of the main expertise needed there. And as far as our company goes, so basically our company was established in 2022. Back then it was pretty much difficult to do something new, right? So everyone was there assembling and selling it to the big players, army and all. But no one was focusing on the core components which is needed. Everyone was buying it from China. And still today they are buying. Most of the products here are still Chinese. But then we found out our niche that we are good into making avionics components. So we pivoted to making components. So as far as today, I have 5 to 6 components which are to be used in industrial level drones. So let's say in India, I think no one has yet achieved it, or else even if they have achieved it, they are not displaying it because maybe they are not that confident. So we are openly displaying our products on the brochure and everywhere because we are confident that it will work. We have various testimonials, we have various other products in pipeline which we are trying to develop. So let's say I give you a short-term problem statement. Like, let's say if we are using this GPS costs us very less, okay? But this only will connect to the Russian satellites, US satellites, Chinese satellites. So it is a huge risk, right? Any of the army drone, if it has this kind of GPS, the enemy nation or any allied nation of theirs, they will know that there is a drone flying there. So that is why we dig into components. We made our own GPS. We are in talks with ISRO to get the access of Nashik. You might know Nashik, right? Everyone. It is our own GPS global positioning system developed by our own ISRO. So we are in talks with acquiring that for our systems. But again, it is not yet commercialized. But our hardware is much more capable to handle that kind of signal, right? So that is how we are growing as a company. So that is all about me and my company. And Ashutosh.
Hello, myself Ashutosh Gupta, and I am done EXDC from GCOERC. And before, this is my first company, and I am joined. I was joined as an intern, and after that, we developed flight controllers. We and Devashish, we both have we are good niche in the electronics background. So we both have developed flight controllers. We have both developed and worked on the GPS systems to deny the China part. So because as Arup said, so these satellites are the important factors, because if you connect this drone, immediately the Chinese get to know if this drone has connected from this location. Okay, so we don't want to send our data to them. So that's why we started working. I joined last year, and also I have just passed out from GCOERC last year only. And we have almost developed the every avionics part of the drone system. So right now we are focusing towards the software part. So how we can develop the whole ecosystem, like how DJI is doing. DJI has everything, like he has made our own drones, drone motor, ESCs, everything. So what we are doing, so we are developing our own one ecosystem, so to minimize those efforts and to give a boost in our drone technology.
So can you give a brief about the internships? What can we expect and how long will it be?
So it's like if I'm talking about both the perspective. If you are going to electronics side, so I promise you, if you know basics of electronics, that STMs, Arduinos, how it works, what is capacitor, what is resistance, what is like how a C programming tool is working. If you know that thing, we push that student to make their own board, like an Arduino, like an Raspberry Pi, like an STM board, to establish their requirement toward their projects. So right now, like we have you know all ESP boards, which is with Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi model. He has created it on. We have fabricated it. Like we have fabricated that PCB. We have purchased the components and we are just assembling it. We are like creating that PCB. Like when you create a PCB, there are different types of things. It should be an RHS compliance. It should be an EMC compliance. EMC compliance are electromagnetic charges, electrostatic charges. There are different type of things. When you are making a avionics system, that should be mentioned. We take care of those things. In our office, we have DSOs, digital oscillators, digital multimeters, not that smaller one, that whole box bench. So like that we allow them to use their knowledge to make something new in the market, not just a breadboard, regarding let's blink LED. That's not our case. It shouldn't be, because you are just an automation guy. Whenever you are using a motor, if you are using a motor, an Arduino, and a motor and a controller, and just if we skip the controller, if you are using a compass, like अगर compass ऐसे जा रहा है, the motor should turn this way. So I will create the twist, apply a double carbon filter, make it a smooth spin whenever it goes. The carbon filter will make your code from 10 line of code to 100 line of code. And you have to just verify is it working or not. I can verify it. So in internship, what we provide is like how much months you need. So we give you tasks according to that. If you are way more like intermediate level of skills, we just directly put you in our products. That's our thing. As we are expanding right now, we have created a very less code thing because we ensure that the quality of product shouldn't be like disturbed, or quality of product shouldn't be like got copyright or something like that. So like it's not like that it will be an easy thing, but we make sure that you get something out of it. And it's not just a drone, you will learn about it. Because when you are going with avionics, just you are creating a boat, you can use that in drone, you can use that in car, you can use that in every another boat which you are making right now. Then in automation, we have 3D printers right now, laser 3D printers, everything. We can see model of the thing. Because in 3D printer, you have seen that stepper motor. Stepper motor, we also needed one motor driver. What is a motor driver? Motor driver is electronic speed controller. We are using the same thing. The concept is the same. The things is the same. The thing is like whenever you are 3D printing, if a 3D printer is not properly calibrated or filtered, the printing will not be a smooth one. So you have to use the carbon filter day by day to make it more smooth. Like if you are designing, if you are doing a 3D printing, it should be like a smooth one, like that. So the principles of things remain the same over all the electronic systems. So we make sure of that. So what you will learn from it, like that will understand gradually from our side. But what you will gain from it, you will make your own board of it, like that.
And also, if any of your guys are interested in making new type of drones, so design aspect is also important. So we already have some of the designers, but also we are looking for some innovative students who can come up with innovative ideas. So again, if you guys, so basically if we are making a flight computer, it is not just a flight computer for drone itself, for underwater drones or for making rovers, it will be used. So the flight computer itself will be a huge product in itself for various applications. So we also be going towards applications, but those applications will only be concerning towards the defense sector. So the entire product will only be made for defense, because we will not be rivaling our market, right? So anyways, we are going to try to sell this component to other drone companies. So we are not going to enter into the commercial market of it. But again, the defense part of it will definitely enter. We'll have some unique products for defense itself. So that is how we will go in future. So if any of you are interested, please contact us. Okay?
We are for the validity of our company, like our company is genuine or not, our company is like, everyone has this question, because the startup right now can be established through one website too. Okay, so just I want to clear it that way. The minimum requirements what a good company requires is MSN, GST and incorporation. What we have extra? We are an ISO certified company. We have an import-export code which can't be like changed or something like that. We have startup India company with like good profile and technical check. And the major we have mentioned on our first slide, there was an ISRO logo on it. What that means, if you are seeing an certified ISRO organization, sub-organization, you can find our name in it, below Sky Aerospace. So like everything is very genuine, everything is very like determined in our work, and whatever we make, whatever we do in design aspects and as well as economic aspects, the compliance list from our side is very big. It should not only fulfill the need of us, it should fulfill the compliance where avionics needs to be like suffered in military person. Like when a military, when you are going for a military academy or something like that, there are different type of tests you have to go through it. There are blind tests, like color blind tests, there are physical fitness, there are heart rate related, everything like that in avionics system. There are environmental tests, there are durability tests, there are vibrational tests, there are electromagnetic testing, environmental testing, ROHS compliances, there are hair healing, green testing, like nowadays we can see zero carbon things are going around. So ये सारे compliance भी जरूरी है. So we are taking care of that thing too, which is an extra part, which is an extra part to put that this avionics system or this design or this drone is or this component is certified with everything, like which can easily sell or easily captured by the market without anything. Because right now tenders to government tenders hote hain, they are not getting rejected in every field just because they are just white labeling everything, or just they are having a good money, they are bypassing some of the things, but later they are getting caught on them. So we are not that type of company what we want to establish for our India. We are just wanted that if anything is mentioned in the book of ours, everything is picked and placed by us side. So that's from my side. So for the company, for myself, how we do our things.
And
we'll conduct a flying session there.
So at last we will say like this is a modified DJI drone what we are using right now. When sir, we have talked with the sir, we are on the talks with the labs and all. When labs and everything will be get established, you will fly your own drone from your own hand and you will get the same certificate.
अभी हम सभी बाहर जाएंगे, वहाँ पर वो डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करेंगे.
We will just demonstrate simple maneuvers, the sensors which are there. You can use
आणि सरांशी तुम्हाला नंतर तुम्ही आहेत सर इथे आपल्याकडे 10 मिनिटं आहेत तर तुम्ही ते
हे मार्केटमध्ये
तो ये जो आपको मैंने जो बोला था ना, whatever वो हम लोग थोड़ा विजुअलाइज करेंगे. ये जो प्रोपेलर है, ये दोनों काउंटर कॉम्पोनेंट्स हैं, ऐसे घूम रहे हैं. नीचे सारी हवा नीचे है. ये काउंटर टॉप दिस टू मोटर एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं, नहीं समझेंगे. और ये दोनों मोटर टॉप में. ओके, तो कैसा रहेगा, दो फोर्सेस एक साइड में जा रहे हैं, वर्क कर रहे हैं, और दो फोर्सेस ये साइड में वर्क कर रहे हैं. तो इसका वजह से वो न्यूट्रल टॉर्शनल डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, विच इज द जीरो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. अब मैं कोई एक भी फोर्सेस ये करने का ट्राई करूँगा ना, एक भी जॉ में क्या होता है कि ये जो डायरेक्शनल पावर है ना, वो एक साइड एक डायरेक्शन का बढ़ जाता है अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. अब जो ये स्टेबिलिटी देंगे ना, आगे जाके आप जब ड्रोन बनाओगे ना, यू कैन अचीव द सेम स्टेबिलिटी राइट नाउ हियर. ओके, यू कैन पुल अप, यू कैन पुल डाउन जस्ट बाय डिस्टर्बिंग दैट टॉर्शनल फोर्सेस. अब when you can go with camera action, you can see. ये कैमरा गिम्बल दिख रहा है नीचे. So this is a payload camera, which is a 4K camera right now. You can see it's 3-axis camera. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can zoom in, zoom out. Okay.
The stability we are using is right now is under GPS denied. There is no GPS right now here inside. So ये GPS denied condition में हो रहा है. You can achieve the same stability. ये कैसे हो रहा है? There are sensors. आप नीचे देख रहे हो? आगे तो सेंसर है, ऊपर साइड वो कैमरा नहीं है, वो अल्ट्रासोनिक सेंसर है. नीचे तो सेंसर है. आप जैसे ये करोगे, वो सेंसर ऊपर पुश करेगा ऑटोमेटिकली. आई एम नॉट यूजिंग एनीथिंग. वो ऊपर पुश करेगा वो चीज़ में. दिस इज ऑल्सो एन ऑब्स्टेकल अवॉइडेंस. इट्स एन एक्स्ट्रा सेंसर यू कैन पुट इट. आप आगे जाके आप अपना भी ड्रोन बनाओगे ना, सेम इट वर्क्स ऑन I2C प्रोटोकॉल. So you can place up to 128 sensor in your drone just by using your I2C converter. So you can put it. इसके आगे के लिए भी है अपना. तो सेम विद ये आगे के इसमें भी है. तो प्रोपेलर का मैंने बता दिया. बैटरीज पीछे लगे हैं इसके जो ESCs हैं और जितने भी बोर्ड है वो सारे अंदर है, इंटीग्रेटेड इन अ वेरी सिंगल PCB. दे आर इंडक्शन लाइट कि व्हेन यू आर फ्लाइंग एट नाइट, तो उसमें क्या दिक्कत आता है? इट बिकम अ कैमोफ्लेज. यू कांट सी द ड्रोन. दे आर द इंडक्शन लाइट. तो आप उससे पता लगा सकते हैं कि आपका फॉरवर्ड कौन सा है. बिकॉज व्हेनेवर यू वांट टू लाइक आपका ड्रोन अगर किलो हो जाए, यू जस्ट वांट टू सी कि वो आपका ये किधर आ रहा है, नोज किधर आ रहा है. द फॉरवर्ड पार्ट ऑफ द ड्रोन इज कॉल्ड एज नोज ऑफ द ड्रोन. तो आपका नोज इधर आया, देन यू कैन पुल इट आउट कि ये आपका ड्रोन इधर आ चला गया. This is 249 grams nano. So it can be used without a license. But when you are using your DIY project drones, it will go up to 1 kg to 1.5 kg. So maximum you should use around 200 to 300 feet. So this is all for it. Thank you.